I was watching a old YGG Studios video. He said something very, very interesting to me. If you ever watch an anime, right, and you just sort of stare at simple talking, right, whether the villain is talking to a protagonist or whether a protagonist is talking to another friend, if you just watch that scene, right, without pay attention to the subtitles, you should see that most of the time when that happens, it just looks very, very bland. Kill la Kill does not apply to that. Kill la Kill, every frame that anyone talks to anyone, it feels like they try their hardest to make the viewing of the anime look so creative. Every time Mako is in a scene, whether it's the monologue or whether it's just simply talking to Ryuko, Mako looks like he's fidgeting all over the place or fucking doing whatever the fuck. Or even when Satsuki is talking to Ryuko, Satsuki is constantly just above and looking. The placement and the composition of the shot is amazing. It honestly looks good even if it's just talking, even if there's literally nothing happening in this shot. Studio Gainax thrives on making menial conversation interesting. They have a certain art style that is so out of this world sometimes. For example, the last episode of Karekano was literally just manga shots of the series, right? It looked so out of place. I've seen commentaries or reviews on how that's like, oh, Studio Gainax just ran out of budgeting. No, I hope you understand that's an artistic choice. It's obviously an artistic choice because it happened again in Evangelion. Again, the last episode of Evangelion, whether it's at the end of Evangelion or just the ending of the TV series, it looks so bizarre. And FLCL also just looks so amazing and just stunning. Even the ending of FLCL, the static shots of static shots of a fucking scooter moving around. It's a creative outlook. It's what makes an art style an art style. The reason why I want to talk about art styles so much is I've been watching Pong lately, and it surprises me a lot that when it comes to this show, people always ask about, oh, is this even an anime? How the fuck do you not know that Pong is an anime, for one? It's directed by Masaki Yuasa, who is known for a lot of shit. Pong has this very clear art style. Pong's plot is just a simple coming-of-age story, you know? When you think of like K-On! Or what do you think of like most slice of lives, you know, it's just your typical coming-of-age story. With that in mind, the art style is very childish and very simple even. And it just represents the story so well. And I think like that what makes Pong a really good anime is that how the animation is so smooth and the art style is so rugged. The contrast of between those two things just makes such an interesting visual take. And not to mention that Pong also does manga paneling on the anime. It just looks so interesting. Every scene in Pong looks so interesting. The story is very good, but when you think about Pong, you gotta think about that amazing art style. I understand that a show like Pong might look disgusting to you. I totally get that. When I first watched March Comes Like a Lion, I thought that the art style was disgusting. But the more I grow and the more I realize that shows like Pong is such a gamble for an anime studio. It's such a gamble because you would never find a Pong anime merchandise. It's just impossible. Imagine having a figurehead of Smile. That's literally impossible. Smile looks disgusting. Smile looks like a fucking typical 14-year-old. Exactly how a 14-year-old would look like in real life. Just not attractive, a nerd, doesn't look that good. A show like Pong's need to be more and more advertised and more praised. Because shows like that is what tests an art style. It's what makes art. Anime, whether you like it or not, is art. TV shows are art. But sometimes people just forget about it. Sometimes people just want to think about the merchandise and want to think about how much they can make money out of this show and not even care about like the simple talking and making that interesting. Instead, they care so much about like they need to have a simple art style to the point where they can just merchandise the shit out of it, you know, so they can fucking sell a poster of the main girl constantly. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I love posters. I love merchandise. I love figurines. But shows like Pong is truly what makes anime great.